Hello, everybody, and welcome to Factorio. I played this forever ago and loved it so freaking much. It is a marvel of a game. As you can see, it's a little top-down, almost like a Pokemon-style game. And you make factories in this game. If you know this game, awesome. If you don't, well, guess what? It's about to be your new crack addiction for probably forever. This game never ends. This game, you keep going, and you essentially try to innovate your factories while dealing with native alien life. Alien life essentially similar to, I don't know if you've ever played, I think it's StarCraft with the Zerg, or Warhammer with the Tyranids. Essentially what they are. Just a organic life form, hive mind-esque. I mean, you can kind of see in the background as I'm talking. Organic life form. You have all these different turrets and defenses that you can put up while you're trying to make all these different things. As you can see, all these different things. You got trains. You got it's so much stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna stop running my mouth and well, we are going to play this game. Okay, so I am playing on the default settings, which you start on a crashed spaceship. Big surprise, surprise, right? On an alien planet, all this fun jazz. Now, yes, I vaguely remember how to play this game. So, I'm going to grab all of these lovely little pieces and parts to try and see what we got here. Okay, so we got some plates. Very basic stuff. Alright. So, now, we have resources, right? So you got coal, stone, iron, copper, there's oil and uranium as well. And then, of course, you got the little buggy bugs over here. Now, again, our job here is to make factories, right? So now we have to be able to look at these and be like, well, how do we want to make our factory? Because these resources do go away and they do run out. And guess what that means? We're going to have to move around and have to change and move around based on where the resources are. So I'm going to try my best to remember how to play this game, because it has been, oh boy, has it been a hot minute. Alright, so you kind of have to start with moving materials around by hand, right? And so once you do that, you get resources and you essentially are able to create the things that you need to do to make things automated. Now, you might be wondering, well, okay, what if the natives come before you're like ready for them? Well, they don't. They react to pollution, right? Which you make as you play. So I think this is stone. Well, I know this is stone, but I think the resource it's asking me to get is stone. So by the time we end up making a quote-unquote substantial, I guess if you want to call it that, a substantial factory, you will have raiding parties that essentially try to bug you and do bug, pun intended. And now what I can do is I can do a little cheatsy trick where this will feed into that and that'll feed back into that. And then I can grab, yeah, there we go. Cool. Now we got a little speedy system going on there. Everything is, the goal is to essentially make everything automated. Which is a super cool concept when your little monkey brain gets super happy and you come to the realization like, wow, I'm using my brain in a video game that actually is making stuff work. That is a very cool way of putting it, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to collect enough resources to try and, again, automate things. Whether it's, because okay, well, let me backtrack here. What I can do is I can mine a little bit of iron here, throw you in there. That will do that, right? And once that's done, what all do we need for that? Quite a bit. So a total of 9 and 5 rocks. We got... Alright, so that's 9. So let's make another burner, okay? So now what we're going to do is we are making a burner mining drill. Something that it requires... So it's like you put coal in and it makes... you put coal in and it mines whatever it's on, right? So if I add 6 to that, and it mines it, and I have this next to it, it will put the iron into that. So now all I have to do is manual labor, run this stuff back and forth from here. And now for these guys that are kind of spitting stuff into each other, I can just grab these, and they'll keep feeding it into each other. Now I got 46 things of coal here, which is very, very exciting. Now you might also be asking, well, okay, how do you get the fuel, right? How do you get power? How do you fuel things with power? Well, we need to make an offshore pump and we need to make a steam engine, which we are not ready to do yet. That takes quite a long while. So what I'm gonna do is snap my fingers before y'all, and you guys don't have to deal with the lovely manual labor of me trying to run around and stuff. Also, I think this game would be the game I would love to stream. If you haven't tuned in, I'm thinking about doing The Long Dark on the 20th episode, which is, I believe, the 20th, I said? I can't remember off the top of my head, but right now we're on episode 16, 17. Jesus Christ, I can't even remember. Anyway, the 20th episode, special streaming event for The Long Dark, and then this will be, well, sometime, maybe sometime soon. That's what I'm thinking. So, if we really like it, and it goes somewhere, maybe it'll be next week. Next week, Tuesday. Maybe probably. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What am I doing? Oh yeah, copper. I need copper. Alright, so now what I can also additionally do is add a little thing here, because I'm finding myself putting a lot of time into mining stone myself, which I shouldn't have to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go run over here, grab some wood, make myself a little wooden chest, and then that'll just kind of fill up with, where is it? There it is. Cool. Place down this lovely little chest in front of the thing, and I think it's Alt. Yeah, Alt. That's what it is. Alt can kind of give you a detailed description of where and what everything is, which I love to have on. So let's go ahead, and we have our coal, and we have our thing down here. So let's do this number, split half and half. There we go. Cool. All right, look at that. We are automatively mining every resource we need. How exciting. All right, so we are making our lovely little steam engine here. What I'm trying to do is I want to try to combine, yeah, at least 2. So, all right, I think we got just about everything we need. I think we're gonna need some wood to make some electrical poles. So, if you are an environmentalist, you will not like this game. Let's make some little wires here. We're gonna run all the way down here. because we need wireder. We need some wireder. So, let's see here. Let's have this be... Alright, so we need the offshore pump, which we can put right here. Beautiful, right? And now we got water. Ooh, is that all of the... Oh, well, that's good, I guess. Cool. So now we need a boiler, which we can slap down right there. And you attach the boiler to 1, 2, and it would be 3, but we currently don't have 3 because we don't have enough resources. So I'm going to throw 50 coal in here. And what this will do is it's going to burn its burn the coal in the water and make steam, right? So if I hover over this on the right side, you'll see that it says 200 of 200 right here. If you can't see that, it'll be right here. 200 of 200 steam, and it tells you the temperature and everything, so that's good, right? Available power, 900 kilowatts. So now that we have our lovely little, I forget that I can attach this stuff to down here. Now that I have all this stuff, right, what I can do is I can do this, and there we go. Make some lovely telephone wires that'll go all the way up to power our lovely contractions, which I will show you here when, actually, I think we're gonna run out of poles. That's okay though. We will make more poles because we're definitely gonna need to make a little bit more. The music in this game too is also really extraterrestrial. I guess that's the best way that I can describe it. It gives a very extraterrestrial vibe. So, alright, we got power all the way up to here, right? So, we need some more. Throw you in there and throw you in there. Alright, so now we got 41 plates plus 45. Oh my goodness, we are zooming. Cool. Alright, now we can make 1, 2 inserters. And you might be wondering, well, what are, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, right? Well, let me tell you. So, what you can do, this is just the staple of this game, right? Being able to do stuff that I'm about to do right here that makes your monkey brain go brrr. Literally go brrr, right? Hold on, need more rocks. So, we have, simply put, right? We have a driller that is mining the ore and throwing the ore into the furnace, which the furnace is making our plates. Beautiful, right? Now what I can do is I can grab these inserters and I can have them do something along the lines of this. I can drag this, it'd be right here, and they're gonna grab those things, push them down here, and now it's gonna put them inside of this box. And now I'll have a box full of plates. And this is where the game gets super interesting, because I have a miner that's throwing these things into a smelter, which the furnace is smelting into plates. Then the plates are getting put on the conveyor belt, which is then getting put from an inserter into a box. These are just simple little resources. These things make other things. As you can see, if I go over here to the intermediate products and I hover over a cog gear, I need 2 iron plates to make that. How do I make that, you might ask? Well, right up here to research. And now you have the entire game in front of you. This one thing, automation, gives me access to all of these things, right? Now, these things have subcategories to them additionally, whether it's lighting, right? Lighting leads to those things. Gun turret, that's just on its own. Stone wall, all of these things for guns and all this other stuff that you can upgrade via science, right? Now, if I select this and I go start research, and I exit out of it. 0%, right? I need to make one of these things, which I can do, and I'm about to, and I'm going to make all the little components that's required of it down here. I'm making cog gears. I'm making copper cables. I'm making computer electronic circuits that can all be automatically made once I get this one little thing. So just like the furnace intakes materials. You can build these things. I think they're called assemblers. At least I want to think it's common sense to think that that's what they're called. Assemblers receive the resources that it's needed to make the thing, and then it makes it for you, and then you can push them out to other things. So, with that being said, again, going to grab these. I can plop this down. This is a little research thing. Down right here. And all I need to make is, I think it said 5, right? 10. Okay, I need 5, or jeez, I need 10 automation science packs. And you can tell I'm very, I'm very enthusiastic about this game because I haven't played this game in years. Like it has to have had been at least 3 years. Like it's been a very long time. And I've only beaten this game once. Now, if I go and I make 10 of these, which just requires cog gears, that's it. So in order to make one of these, I need a copper plate and an iron gear wheel to make those things. Once I have those things made, I throw them into this little science pack thing. And boom, you have science. And it'll do the science thing until it is done. Super duper cool. So, and now we can go back to here. We can make electrical mining drills, right? So I can go maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, because we got 4 resources, right? We have iron, stone, coal, and copper, right? So, again, let me cut some more trees down because we need some more wood for some telephone poles. Now what I can do is I can actually pick up this burner drill because we don't really need it anymore. Why don't we need it? Because I can do this, right? So let's make some more little graded plate things here, right? So we're going to go swoop, and then we are going to grab the electronic mining drill, and we're going to go bang. That's going to mine things onto here, right? Now, what I can do is I can not make these because I no longer have iron. And look at that. So that is done now, right? So now we have long-handed inserters and the assembling machine. So now this is where the game gets super interesting. So now that we're done with that, we are able to simply get any of these other things. This also completely changes the game. It's just so cool the amount of different things that you get when you research them and you receive all these new things, right? I know you're thinking, oh, well, you still aren't making copper, right? Well, I'm on my way. I'm going to make 5 of these automatic inserters. And then what I am going to do is I will make these inserters. I will grab these furnaces, and I'm going to simply go, let's do 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go like this. We will grab 1 more of these. We're going to go 1, 2, and we'll swap these around, otherwise it's going to bother me. He's going to take it into there, from there to there, and then from here into a crate. Now, I still need to manually and laboriously bring all of these coal, which in the future, what I want to do is, you might be wondering, well, Why? It's only filling in one side. Yes, you're right, because these transport belts can hold two things. So guess what I could have on the other side? If you guess coal, you're right. I can do coal and copper, which the inserters will grab automatically for me. And now I have that being made automatically. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go way up here to literally make the same thing, except I'm going to make this be the new norm of this. So I'll grab this, I'll go boop, 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 and boop. Now that's mining, and it's going right into that box, so I'll always have coal. Additionally, we can get rid of these. We can get rid of these. And you know what? We're just going to start over on this side, simply because we can, right? Now, let's do one right here, and then we are going to grab a miner, put you right there, and then we're going to go over here, and why not right there? Cool. So now we got 3 of these. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Place down 2 more of those, and then we can go 1, 2, and 3, and then we can do additionally another 1, 2, and 3 to get back onto here, which will then grab this one to then put it over here, and then we can put you right here. And then we can go bing, bang, boom. And then I can simply grab this and go boink, boink, boink. And voila, voluptuous. And just like that. And additionally, let's grab this little Larry and swap you out. There we go. Now we're getting some extra little stone for when we need it. Beautiful. And that is the game. You get basic resources like we're doing right now, and then you get the basic resources to get made into different components, and different components make different things. Like, let's dive down a rabbit hole right here, all right? Let's go to explosives, okay? What do explosives need to be made? Well, they need water, sulfur, and coal, okay? Well, we have coal and we have water. So what about sulfur? What do we do to get that? Okay, well, what do we need for sulfur? We need water and petroleum gas in something, right? Okay, well, what about petroleum gas? Where do we get that? This is how you get petroleum gas, through oil. So you need to find an oil spot, put a pump jack down that pumps it into a pump, which will then bring it to an oil refinery, which will then you'll be able to use the oil refinery to make it into oil, and then the chemical plant to make damn solid fuel or whatever the hell else it is you're trying to make. But the oil refinery right there made with. That's actually not a. That's not. Hold on. That's not a good one. That's not a good one. We'll do. Freaking. Jeez, I don't know. A science pack. How about that? A processing unit. Flying robot frame. Low density structure. Okay, well, where do we get processing units? Let's backtrack here. That's not one. Well, that's not one. That's not one. That's not. Nope. No. Hey, what's this? Oh, that's an advanced circuit. What about the blue one that I needed? Well, let's hover over all these and try to find it. We would need to get this one, Advanced Electronics 2. And in order to simply make that one, you need a processing, or in order to make a processing unit, you need the electronic circuits, and you need advanced unit and sulfuric acid. So then you need, from the sulfuric acid, you need the oil, you need the other stuff. And what do we need to make an advanced circuit? You need plastic bars, copper, and electronic circuits. Well, that's a lot of electronic circuits. So where do we go to get those? Well, we can make those actually right now. And frankly, you need copper and iron. So it's this huge segue of how much resources, where do I get the stuff, and how do I do the thing. And now that I've been talking enough, now I should have enough stuff to do some extra stuff with the stuff. You know what I'm saying? 36. That's a lot of stuff. No, it's not. We're getting there. All right. Well, let's make an assembly machine. Okay. So in order to make the science packs, how this assembly machine works, right? You click on it and it gives you the option to make anything you currently can make, whether it's guns or whatever. Everything requires resources, right? And you can frankly make those resources. So I want to make a science pack. What do I need? A copper plate and an iron gear. Well, where do I make iron gears? I'm going to have to make another assembly machine. So what do I need to make another assembly machine, right? So now I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait till all the little lovely things down here are done. And then after that, we're going to grab that and put it over here. So now I have, finally, a cog gear spot. What I can do is I can throw all these in there. And boom, look at that. It's making cog gears. Once it makes a certain amount, it'll stop. Or, no, I think it'll just keep making. Yeah, it'll keep making them. Anyway, well, shoot, now I don't have enough iron plates to make more inserters, so I'm going to have to go get more iron plates. Let's run up here and grab some more. Bonk. Now I got more to make iron plates, which means I'm going to have this, something to grab these from that to put into this, and that to grab these to put into that. Okay, so let's just make 2. So now we got boink, boink. And now I got a little segue of grabbing stuff, and I can add the 100 copper plates into here. And look at that. Now it's making stuff. And now it's got 11 additional little plates, or cog gears, to make the thing. It's super fun. As you can see, my little happy brain gets well super happy when playing this game. Makes my brain go burr. That's for sure. And yes, is it too late to make it that I? Is it too late to say that I meant to make that rhyme? Yes, words are hard. So another cool little thing that you can do is having these, right? Well, I'm going to need more coal there, so I'm going to slap that bad Larry down. And then let's do one of you and one of you. Now, what I can additionally do, is I can slap you down, put down you, fill you with coal, and then power you like that. And voila. Now that'll fill that up when it needs to. If I click on this, you'll see that the satisfaction is good. The production is good. I'm only using about 550-ish kilowatts of my 1.8 megawatts of power. As you can see right here. That is how much... This green bar is how much I'm using. At least that's simply how I can read how to use that. Which is pretty cool. So, let us go forth and expand a little bit. So this is actually a really good lesson here, right? So we have one drill. It's only filling up this line so much, okay? Now, when you watch this, what's going on here? It looks like we only have 2 furnaces being used at once. So what does that tell me? That tells me that we need more miners, which I am going to make here. So let's add one more miner. Wait for all these little compartments to be done. And then let's slap this down right here on the same side. And then we'll even, you know what, we'll even get rid of this and we'll just slap this right here. There you go. So, now that it's mining twice and kind of sending 2, let's see. That grabs one, that grabs one, that grabs one, that grabs one, and there we go. Look at that. Because these inserters will only grab as much as they can put in, which, sure, yeah, can be 50, but they'll stop at I think, 3. So if there's already stuff being smelted and there's plenty in there, this actually should lead to a start stacking up of resources. Maybe. We'll see. And now this poor little guy has to work overtime. And just by doing that, a little bit more power, but that's okay. The inserters don't really, yeah, see, only 40 kilowatts, give or take. But look at that. We got so much more, that much quicker, I guess, if you want to call it that. So let us continue to expand, because I bet the same thing is going on down here. Well, would you look at that? This poor little guy, he's being neglected. Oh, and that is done. Beautiful. Alright, so now we don't necessarily need to right now, but let's take a look here real quick. Let's look at our pollution. Whoa, look at that! That is our pollution map. So, this isn't bad. Not yet. So, what I want to do, actually, is I want to go down to here, and I want to make some of these radars. What radars do is they reveal the map. Okay, so you see that I'm on like a little Minecraft first edition little space of area, I guess. We can travel out into the dark areas. Now, just to show you how big this map can be, I'm going to scroll out. This map is infinite in all directions. So the game never ends. It's just constantly quenching your your thirst for well, reaching out, I guess. I'm going to create 2 of these radars, and I'll show you what those do. And look at that. See, it's kind of getting quenched up, and that's fine. That just means we don't have to add any more. And yeah, sure, I can extend this a little bit and add another furnace and yada yada yada. But right now we're vibing. We are vibing. So, looking at these little buckaroos, let's see. Let's try and get these down here. A little radar. It'll do a little beepy beep. I don't know how loud this is gonna be. Yeah. And now, what we can do is we'll wait, and I'll show you what this kind of does. Because I think it's every minute, maybe? It doesn't matter. I don't need to show you right now. Either way, I'm going to open the map up again, and you're going to be like, wow, there's a difference. So, yeah. Here, is there a difference? No. What's that? Why is there a red dot right there? Hey, look at that. That's the difference. The little squares get revealed, and it'll go around in a circle, then around in a circle, and around in a circle, and around in a circle, and around in a circle. Over and over and over and over, until it is done. Alright, so let's select what do we want to do next. Let's get... Do we want a rifle? A submachine gun? A wall? Perhaps a turret? Let's do a turret. Turret sounds good. What we will do is we're going to throw more of that in there. And since this is still making, it's just kind of research and doing its own thing. How about that? Now, another cool little thing that we can do in the future, the crazy thing is that in the future, even everything we have now is going to get torn down to get built up in a better way. Right now, we're just dealing with what we got with what we're doing. So, what I can do is I can plop down this over here, make one of these. And so when you look at this, it has 2, right? And it's not adding any of the other ones, even though there's 1 in here. It has 2. What I can do is I can grab this inserter, tell it to grab that extra 1, and now it'll distribute those. Isn't that neat? And now we're researching twice as fast. And you can add that in an insane row once you actually have massive amounts of stuff being made for X, Y, and Z things. It's so exciting. Oh man, we got our gun turret. Look at that. What do we want next? Let's do walls, because with turrets we need walls. Especially because we're getting kind of close to those guys. So the cool thing is, pollution is affected by trees. So when you look at trees and how many trees there are in a certain area, you can kind of see it kind of folds around them, which is a whole system that you actually gotta keep in mind. So the fact that we have a massive forest right here is the whole reason as to why the pollution probably isn't reaching them, because we have a very large circle around us, which is fine, But for safety purposes, I am going to make a turret, and I'm going to make some ammo. And I can run down here, place a turret, and there's even little alarm sounds in the event they decide to run over here and get all frisky. And the engines are running a little bit more extreme. Well, that's because we're almost 1.5 megawatts of power is being used. What's causing most of the power? Well, we've increased everything by 2, so there's freaking electric drills all over the damn place. Not only that, but we got 2 damn radars that are being used, which is our alone 600 kilowatts. That's 1/3 of our power right there. So, what we can do is we can grab this little area, rotate it, and we can go, well, we're going to have to chop these down. And we can go, boop, and drag this down this way. And she slowed down. How much power we got now? 2.7 instead of 1.8, almost an entire megawatt. And no, you can't just keep adding these in a row. I think 3 is the most sufficient one that you can, quote-unquote, make. So, now, let's go on the other side of this, because we can't really go around it. Can I encompass this with the circle? You can see the little circle. It's got a little engagement distance. So let's plop this right there. And what I do is I just simply grab down here, and I throw the gun into that. And then it'll activate whenever anything is within an area, which you can see that's just with how close we are. That's not very close. Well, sorry. It is very close. It is very close. Goodness gracious. Yeah, look at those. Look at those things. Little bubbly boobly boobs. But yes, very disgusting creatures that need to be purged. Well, I might be able to go fight them with my pistol, but I definitely can't attack their base. I think. That's a lot. Okay. Turret. Turret. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Get him. Heck yes. And that's the game. You defend yourself, but you know, the trick of the trade, right, is that the pollution, these little buggy boos, these bugs, they, well, I'll let you read it here. Hold on. They, if I hover over them and I go to the far right hand corner of the screen and I look right here, it would be, you can see it consumes pollution. Well, the more pollution you make, the harder the game gets. They intake pollution and they'll spread and they'll get bigger and stronger and go from being, as you can see, small biters to large biters to giant biters and all these other ones. I think there's even spitters, if I'm not mistaken, which can spit acid at your turrets and stuff, and then since your turrets can't move, they just simply melt and then they get destroyed, and then you have a huge bug infestation, and it's all part of the game. And boy, is it fun. We are out of fuel, which is kind of worrisome. Now I'm going to come up here and everything's going to be done. Oh, man. Goodness. Well, I'm going to have to grab some extra coal here and run back down there. Alright, well, now that we got power back, let's go check to see how much resources we've made so far. Our research is done. What am I doing? Not researching, that's for sure. So, I think the copper, if I'm not mistaken, actually smelts faster than the other ones. Nice. Alright, so the only thing I'm really worried about is we don't have a lot of coal, which means we're going to have to look around quicksy. But guess what? We might have to do that in the next episode if you guys like it. So, without further ado, this has been episode number 1 of Factorio. I hope you guys like it. It's definitely a fun game. It's very mind-boggling strategic when you're trying to figure out how belts work and all these other things. But I hope you like it. Definitely different. Definitely a different game since we've played. It's got the strategy. It's got the tower defense-esque aspect of it. It's got crafting. It's just it's a great game. Definitely if you like brain games and like thinking of problem solving, this game just might be for you. I love it, and I definitely probably will play more of it in the future. But hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.